But with the Niners, I saw some concerns. I saw some chinks in the armor. And look, man, Brock Purdy, dog, I would be worried about him because who they're about to play this week in the Detroit Lions, they're a better team than the Green Bay Packers. Jared Goff is a way better quarterback than Jordan Love. He's got to be able to answer blow for blow. And the Packers defense is not a good defense. I understand they play better towards them, but they're not a good defense. And the way this Detroit defense been playing, you need Brock Purdy to be a whole lot better. And Brock Purdy has everything he needs around him. We talk about Justin Fields needs these things. Brock Purdy has these things, and he's not doing what he needs to be doing. Like, if we want to be honest about it, Jimmy Garoppolo's looked better in the playoffs than this nigga has. Like, and they were ready to ship him out very, very quickly. At least he's been to a Super Bowl. At least he's done these things. At least he's been, has played better. And then, of course, you got a couple bozo players that's going to come from Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's like Brock Purdy doesn't even get to that level. And I kind of feel like Kyle Shanahan knows what he has in Brock Purdy, and he doesn't put him in those situations or even throw the ball like he probably needs to be doing. So I would be worried about that. I would be worried from some of the things we saw from the defense. I'll be worried about the running game. Aaron Jones, 18 carries, 108 yards. I'll be concerned about that, especially with as good as Detroit runs the ball. So I'm a little nervous about San Francisco. They got out of that game unscathed, and you win. And in the NFL, wins are hard to come by, especially in the playoffs. You take it and you move on. But if Brock Purdy doesn't take it to a next level, if he's incapable of taking it to the next level, they're going to be going home on Sunday. And that's something that I will be worried about. I'm going to go to Dante first. You said you had some things that you were concerned about with the Niners. What did you see on Saturday?
Brock Purdy's ass. Like, that's what I saw. Like, we've been talking about it all year. And shout out to Ryan Clark. He really said it. Like, he was like, he said, it's been the hardest thing for me to do is try to put him in the conversation with these elite quarterbacks, all year. Like, he played bad the entire game, and then, he had his checkdowns, and they won the game. But, yeah, that's another guy who I said before we started that, the jury is still out, and not only is it still out, bro, a lot of the questions that people have are valid. Like, it's a reason why, even though, he's had his struggles, whenever Sam Darnold has to come into the game and he throws the ball, it looks different. Like, it's more zip on the ball. And so with Purdy, he is in the perfect scheme with the perfect quarterback. I talked to, Kyle Shanahan is my favorite coach, but that scheme is A1, and Purdy has been able to avoid the turnovers. Obviously, Green Bay dropped a couple of interceptions, which could have changed that game. And so, going into this game against the Lions, I think that defense is going to be ready. And so, I know everybody's writing that game off because of the excitement between the Pat versus Lamar matchup. I think that's going to be a really good game. And once again, Purdy got to show me something, especially if Debo is out. We've always seen him take a step back when he loses the weapon. Yeah. So Purdy is really what worries me. That's what I'm worried about. Christian McCaffrey's hamstring, I'm still a little worried about that, but he'll be all right. Purdy is the issue.
Courtney, do you think Purdy's the issue too? Or is there anything else that might stand out to you?
I'm spot on with Dante. We're locked in today. I absolutely am not on the Brock Purdy train, and especially not if Deebo Samuel isn't playing. I'm scared for the Niners at home. That doesn't do anything for me. I'm scared for them if they don't have Deebo. That's really the beginning and end of it all.
Yeah. Bang. What'd you see from the Niners this week?
3 for 3. Brock Purdy is ass. Look, man, when I know I'm probably going to get killed by some of the San Francisco 49ers fans and their takes, and I see Deebo Samuel on Instagram stories try to shade Ryan Clark for his take on Brock Purdy. But let's be clear, man, Brock Purdy is ass. All right, Brock Purdy is a pretty decent quarterback that is doing enough because of the people that he has around him. All right, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got George Kittle, you got Christian McCaffrey. You know who all of that makes me sounds familiar? Rex Grossman, y'all. Rex Grossman had Musha Muhammad. He had, 2 running backs, Cedric Benson and Thomas Jones. He had a pretty decent offensive line at the time. Like, he had a whole bunch of pieces around him. But guess what? Rex Grossman is ass, y'all. And that's why he was like soon after that, he was not, Rex, you wasn't gonna hear Rex is our quarterback no more. Like you have Rex, you have Kyle Shanahan's offense, and Kyle Shanahan who's really put this man in the proper place. But at the same time, that man was ass that game. That man was so ass to the point where I was more upset that Detroit won, because now they might have to go up against an ass quarterback than anything else and probably end up going to the Super Bowl, because y'all know how I feel about the Detroit Lions at this point.
Nobody give a damn about the Detroit Lions with Detroit.
But Detroit Lions.
Yep.
But if I'm Aiden Hutchinson, if I'm Aaron Glenn in that defense, and I'm looking at the quarterback that just played that game right there, and the fact that Deebo Samuel might not play in this game, the San Francisco 49ers do not win this game if Deebo is not playing in it. So they better shoot whatever cortisone shot or whatever in that goddamn shoulder for him to play. Because if they don't, Brock Purdy has to do that against that defense. I'm not sure that's going to happen. And that's saying a lot, considering that I hate that team. They're going to really... matter of fact, I don't know if y'all heard or saw, but I saw something. I don't know how true it is, but Tom Brady thought about coming back with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, they said they tried to reach out to him or some shit.
And Brock Purdy was like, "Well, shit, he the GOAT. What the fuck you think?" That tells you everything you need to hear. If I'm that cold, I'm like, man, bring that old ass motherfucker up there. Fuck, dude, he old as hell. No, Brock Purdy is a top 20 quarterback. And I will say, Brock Purdy proves that you could just build around a quarterback and you can see what happens.
That paper on display, haters old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna